Former Milwaukee County Judge Hannah Dugan learned her fate today for helping a man avoid ICE agents in the courthouse.
Dugan will only have to pay a fine of $5,000, far short of what prosecutors were asking for. They had sought prison time.
Chief Political Reporter Charles Benson was in federal court this morning as one judge sentenced another. Charles?
Yeah, federal prosecutors had said a serious offense requires a serious sentence, but stopped short of making any specific requests on the amount of prison time. Now, Dugan's defense team pushed back, saying she shouldn't have to serve any time. In fact, we heard from Hannah Dugan for the very first time. A quote that stands out to me is she said she had been cast as a scofflaw or as a hero. But she said, quote, "I am neither," to a packed courtroom of supporters. I did have a chance to talk with John Dietrich. He is with the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, an investigative reporter who's covered a lot of cases here in the federal courthouse about the judge's no prison sentence. We heard from her from the first time, and she talked about how she saw those events of that day.
That's right. She describes a time when things were chaotic at the state courthouse, where people were afraid to come to court, and that she was doing her job. I think it's important to note, unlike some defendants, she did not apologize, but she did say that she took the conviction very seriously.
And she talked about that, she didn't think that she had been painted as a scofflaw person or a hero, and she said she was neither.
That's right. She said, I'm a public servant who was trying to do the best, that serving on the bench was a real honor, and that she was just trying to do her job that day.
All right, Judge Lynn Edelman, you have covered him in the past. It was up to him to decide what to do with his sentencing, in the end deciding no prison time and no probation, even though we heard from federal prosecutors, a serious offense deserved a serious sentence.
That's right. So obstruction of this kind draws a sentence under the sentencing guidelines of 15 months to 20 months in prison. Edelman set that aside, which he can do. Those are guidelines, and said he was tailoring a sentence that fit the person, not just the crime. That this was somebody who had made a bad decision, essentially. And he did impose a fine, so there was some bite to it, a $5,000 fine, but no probation, no prison.
Yeah, and he talked about there was no sort of personal gain here, or something she did out of her own conviction.
That's right. So sometimes with judges, where there's a conviction, there's taking bribes or things of that nature. Nothing like that here. He also acknowledged that this is somebody who felt strongly about immigration, and acknowledged that debate has been going on in the country.
So this is a finality to one big part of this whole case, but it's not over.
No.
They are going to appeal.
That's right. And we knew that all along. But next action moved to the 7th Circuit. Her team was pleased with what happened today, but they're geared up for the fight down in Chicago after this.
And that could be a long process.
That could be. We'll see just in the next couple of weeks the notice to appeal, but then all the filings that come after that, the entire transcript, everything's going to be coming in.
So the big headline here, no prison time for Hannah Dugan. Coming up at 5, you'll hear from a former state Supreme Court Justice, Janine Geske, who was here today, who agrees with the federal judge's decision here and why she believes that Dugan has already paid a price. Steve, Susan?
Looked from the earliest days of this case that Judge Dugan's legal team was built for this appeals process that is still to come. Charles Benson, thanks.